Hi all, welcome to John's Model Making. Welcome to my man cave. Yes, excellent. There we go, there's the main man cave, Broadway. We just spent a week down in Bradfordton, Cotswolds, about 6 miles away from Broadway, and there's a cracking shop there called the Man Cave. Established 2017, always pop in, buy 1 or 2 items. This time, yes, going Back to the Future, anything Back to the Future, get that. These are ceramic coasters, so hard to pick them up. They've got lots of stuff there, some's quite expensive. They've got a cracking oil pump, a petrol pump rather I should say. Stands about what, 6 to 7 feet tall, but it's very, very pricey. So obviously didn't get that. There we go. They do ship worldwide as well. So if you're interested, go to the mancavebroadway.co.uk and have a look, see what they've got online. There's they've got 2 shops. One's on the main high street and the other one is in a courtyard opposite it. It used to be a girl cave or a lady cave, I think it was, but now it's just Man Cave 1, Man Cave 2 and the lady cave is upstairs on the high street. But it's an absolutely brilliant place, love going in. It's absolutely chocker full of brilliant stuff, clocks, you've got your wall plaques, you got things like that. So they do marble as well as, you know, the Back to the Future. They've even got a metal route master in there which looks absolutely superb. Some of it isn't cheap, but you know, some of us like to collect stuff that is expensive as well as cheap. But well, and I say cheap, cheaper than, anyway, I'm rambling, shut up John. Well, there we go, I'll leave that just there for now. Excellent stuff. This is the mug I bought. This reacts with the heat, so I put a cup in that. I think it's going to do the same as that. Give me a destination, time, present time and last time departed. It's absolutely superb. Brilliant. I'll go again next time we go, which is going to be at the end of the year, but anyway, for now we'll talk about the channel. I've got back today, like I just said, got the Valentino Rossi. I've got 5 issues of that, issues 22 to 26, and that is all beautifully packaged. There's one of the parts. Lovely bit of fun. And I've also got the Eddie Stolbart issues 75 to 78. We'll look at the parts, though I haven't taken the parts out to the packaging. I think that one's 75, that's the dashboard. So I'll be doing that this next week. And here we have, there's the cab, that's 78. Brilliantly packaged. That's excellent, that, isn't it? It's absolutely fantastic. Also expecting Knight Rider this next week. The next 4 issues, I think it's 27 to 31. Let me just check. Well, I was massively wrong. It's 35 to 38 for Knight Rider. I don't know where I got 27 to 31 from. Oh yeah, but I'm chuffed about that. I also got a free gift with that. Is do you remember that on the Iron Man? We got one of them little portable chargers. You know, that's what's powering that at the moment. So the other one can power that other sign, the Back to the Future sign there. You can charge them up with mobile phone charger or on your PC, and then just connect them up to that and they'll keep that lit for a couple of hours. Other than that, they're not much good, to be honest. But it's a free gift, so what can you expect? I think they cost about £5, something like that, I've seen online. But you know, it is what it is. Well, that is excellent. As for the Lancaster Bomber, I've got issues 39 and 40 next. I don't know when I'll be getting that done. Not sure if it's going to be this week or next week, to be honest. There's some riveting and some painting to do. We do carry on with the central spar. There we go. There we go. And obviously you've seen this a few times, so we'll carry on here and be starting the landing gear on this side. Now, I did tell you all in the video about the riveting on these 2 metal panels. I mean, to be honest, it's perfectly alright. It's not as bad as I would make it out. I can be a bit like that sometimes. I'm a sometimes a bit too much of a perfectionist. I expect a little bit more of myself, and then when I revisit it I go, oh, that's not as bad as I thought it was. So I'm quite critical of what I do, and then I realise it's not as bad as I thought it initially was. But what I'm going to be doing with this other section here, when I do come around to riveting them, I have got some primer. I'll try the primer. I'm not sure how brilliant it is, because I've tried it already on the floor panels for this Lancaster bomber, and it still did chip. And now I have got my eye on some etching, metal etch, what you use for photo etch anyway, etch primer. So I'll be ordering that. It's a fair few quid more than what I've already paid, but obviously I want to perfect that for the outer skin of the aircraft. Don't want that really chipping. I know sometimes it can look as though it's weathered, but so it's a bit annoying when you prime something and you paint it and you leave it for a couple of days and it still chips off, even though you rough it down as well. Do what you're supposed to do. Some of the metal is just not as good as the others, because when I first started doing it with the bombs and the propeller, it were perfectly fine, didn't chip, and I think it's just down to the metal. These panels here are thinner than the actual floor panels, and I think that's why they chip more. I didn't put primer on them simply because I knew that if I put primer on it then paint, then rivets wouldn't come through, and I couldn't go too heavy on the rivet maker, simply because these panels, these metal panels are just a little bit too thin. And one of them, I did actually, one of these struts that you might be able to see, these here, these like support struts on the metal, it did bud a little bit, so I was afraid it might snap, but it doesn't look as bad as I made out. But I will be using, I have used primer up to now, like I said, on the bombs, the propellers and the floor panels, but where the floor panels are concerned, it did chip a little bit, so I'll have to just use a different primer and see how we go there. I'm also looking at using different paints, because at the moment for all this wood I'm just using Revell paints. The instructions do recommend Humbrol, but the ones they recommend I don't think are in use anymore. I think they went out of circulation. So I'm using Revell and Tamiya, and they're fine for the wood, but where the metal is concerned, I may end up just getting a spray can. Don't know, we'll wait and see. But that is the Lancaster bomber. So we're up to issue 38, 3940 be a couple of weeks before I get round to doing that. And like I said before, the Eddie Stobart, try and get that out this week, and Valentino Rossi hopefully later on in the week or week after. And Knight Rider 35 to 38. That isn't with me yet, but it will be by the end of the week. I think that is about it actually, except I did order a new camera off Amazon because they've just had a sale, and it arrived today, so I took it out of the packaging. It's a C920, same as this overhead one I've got here. This one works perfectly alright. Now I did pay full whack for that a few months ago, but it is brilliant. Doesn't take much adjusting, and when I do the filming I like doing the close-ups with it, but whereas the other cameras are much cheaper. This one that you see me on is the cheapest one. It doesn't zoom in, it's just fixed. I can alter the resolution, which is fine, but if you have a look at the ends, especially on this side here, you can see how that cabinet there we go, that's supposed to be straight. It is a high definition, but it's a wide angle one, and that's what you get with this one. So I couldn't really use that because trying to get a close-up on it, it's difficult. That's why I use it for the intro. The other cameras are fine, they'll do brilliant close-ups, but they have a problem with anything black. Then I have to go in and adjust them. The backlight, the backlight compensates, so I have to adjust it. So that's why I went for the C920 for the overhead, all the overhead shots and close-up shots, and it does a brilliant job. So I ordered another one off Amazon. That arrived, well, I came up today, so I unpackaged it today. My neighbour kept ordering it for me, and I unpackaged it and I set it all up, It just, I don't know what was wrong with it, but the zoom function on it didn't go as far as this one. The backlight compensator worked opposite. You couldn't really adjust it much. You went from 0 to 1, and it was set at 1, so I bring it down to 0, which is the opposite of this one, and it just whited out. It's far too much. It's just, I suppose that's why it was cheap, and that's why it was in the sale. So like going back, can't be doing with that. You get the same camera twice, and one was vastly different than the other. That's not good. So I don't know what I'm going to do with the camera now, because obviously they've still got some sort of sale on, I believe. The price has been driven right down at the moment. I think it was when I looked it was 57 quid. I got it for 49.99. Originally that cost me over 70 quid. So I'll just wait and have a look at something else that hopefully will be a match for that or better, because there's nothing worse than you set up, you get out all the parts out, and then you get the cameras in the right angles and everything, and then you just put something into shot, say like this, where it's all black, and the camera can't handle it, it just whites out. So then you have to pause, readjust your cameras, try and get the best, obviously get the best out of the camera as you can, or use another camera. So I expected the C920, the one I got today, to work exactly the same as that, and then there's very little adjustment and I can just crack on with the build, but unfortunately not. Other than that, where Night Rider is concerned, because I am absolutely loving that build. I have seen Mike Lane's mod for the dashboard. It is plenty expensive. It does look fantastic, but I don't think I'll be plumbing for that, so I'll have to have a look at something else. It's a little bit too much for my wallet at the moment. I've got the carpets for the car, the grill mods, you've seen them when I was still again. I'll probably do one or two of the other cheaper mods for it, but where the dashboard is concerned, I'll have to see what else is out on the market before I jump in with both feet. But I would love to do it, but you know, it is out of my price range. Let's see, what else was there? I have been asked about the Batman. Where the Batman is concerned, I have updated my account online again. I'm hoping that comes out very soon. I believe it's now in France, but I believe they're only up to issue 5. I have started watching somebody, I'm sure he's in France, it might be German actually, but I believe in France it's either 5 or 6. Now I can't see us waiting too long before they release it here, so hopefully it'll be coming up soon, because Hachette did ask me to check my payments. Every now and again it comes up simplified payments, because I do it by a credit card rather than a direct debit. You're protected a little bit more, I think, where credit cards are concerned. Plus you can cancel it really quick. I know you can cancel a direct debit, but I'm not sure what the protection is where the direct debit is concerned compared to a credit card. But anyway, that's by the by. So where Batman's concerned, I'm hoping that comes out pretty soon. That'll be brilliant. Titanic, that has the date for the processing has now expired. I think that was the 30th, which is a Thursday, which is a little bit odd because they don't dispatch anything until the Friday. Now I'm not expecting this next week, because normally it would come 7 days after the dispatch it on the Friday, so it's usually the following week on the Saturday I would receive it. Now they did this the previous time with the previous 4 issues, and they've done it previously as well. When the date looks a little bit too early, it'll take them 2 weeks to process it. So, well, not 2 weeks, 2 Fridays to process it. So we won't actually get it next weekend, we'll get it the weekend afterwards, and that's when I'm really expecting it. And that goes the same for everybody else. I don't know why they do that on their account, but that's what happens. It was saying with the Eddie Stobart, as soon as you see the date removed, that means it's going through the processing period, and then when it gets to Friday, that's when they dispatch it, and then they'll update your account on the Monday with a new date for the next issues. And that's what happened with Eddie Stobart. Now Eddie Stobart again, well, I've been away this past week, as I keep saying, and I only received that today, but I do believe, well, obviously they came whilst I was away, so they take about 10-11 days for them to arrive, whereas the Titanic comes a lot quicker. And it's same with the Batmobile as well. I think the date for that is now gone. That was yesterday, 31st. So if I don't see another date on a Monday, it's not been dispatched. It'll just, on the account, it will just say Batmobile Tumbler, and when you go into it, you got the previous issues but no date in red. I think it's always in red. Once you see a future date, that means it's been dispatched, and it's usually dispatched on the Friday. Sometimes they'll dispatch them on a Tuesday, but I've noticed with all my subscriptions now from Hachette, they always get dispatched on a Friday. But anyway, I think that is it for now. Lancaster Bomber, the diecast version from Hachette, I've not had any update where that's concerned. It's possibly going to be September time, but yeah, that one I'll definitely be doing. What I won't be doing is the alien build. I've been watching somebody online do the alien build, and I do not like it one bit. There's so many problems with it, and I think you need shares in the glue factory as well to get that done, because there is so much glue. There's little pipe work on the arms, then you've got the skin, the outer skin. You got to glue all magnets inside, as well as the skin. You got to fold together and then glue that in. It actually here on the joints, wrist and elbow, when you move it, from what I've seen, it just comes apart. Now it's fine if you're going to have it a static model, but that means you can't actually move it or move the joints, because the skin just comes apart. So looking at that, plus it's an ugly thing anyway. But anyway, definitely won't be doing the alien build. Don't let me put you off doing the alien build. If you want to do it, you just do it. Don't ignore me. I just put these away because I also bought a new set of screwdrivers. These are the weird screwdrivers, because as you know, we get loads of screwdrivers every time we do a new build, and I've got must be a dozen of them little black ones. And I get like these, and I never ever use them. Plus they only last 2 minutes, and then the tips go on them. Well, these weary ones, they're usually brilliant. I've got that pair. I've got that one is looking a little bit, yeah, not worse for wear. It's still all right, but I needed this one for the smaller screws. So I thought, well, do I get an individual one? I'll have to replace these eventually. So I thought, well, I might as well get that whole set. So that came off Amazon as well. That is brilliant also. But hopefully I'll get my new camera soon. But if not, I don't know what I'll do, to be honest. I'll probably try and get the wife, get one for my birthday. It can be a little bit more expensive then, I suppose. Don't tell her that. Let's see, what else was there? I think that is about it, really. The only other thing, yes, I could think of is that I'm going to be putting some items on eBay. I've got issues from Titanic and other builds I've done. I'm not sure exactly what issues. I think I've got 1 or 2 for the Rootmaster, probably 1 or 2 for the Spitfire as well. So I'll be listing them on eBay, but I'll let you know if, in the future sometime, whenever I do get around to doing it. I was going to put one of these cameras that I've got on eBay as well, but obviously that will have to wait. I do have another one, but I can't remember where I put it, to be honest. But they're only cheap anyway. So I'll let you know when I do put things on eBay, then you can go and have a look. And you never know, it might be something that will interest you. But anyway, I think that is it for now. So hopefully this week, I'm hoping to get the Eddie store back done, so I can dive have a look at that cab. I have seen 1 or 2 people's on Facebook, and it does look absolutely superb, but it's nothing better than seeing in person. Excellent stuff. Anyway, there we go. So if there's anything that you can suggest to me for the channel that you'd like me to do, please leave it in the comments. If there are any other builds that I don't know of and that you know of that you think may interest me, please let me know, and I'll have a look. But for now, if you did like that, give us a big thumbs up, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you soon. Thanks for tuning in and watching. Bye for now.